Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lesser Known Classics. This is episode number 3034, Doubleshot number 2838. Both these books have been coming. Josh Lemson's written both of them. That one he definitely does, this one we're in the future. We have Superman, Tales from the Phantom Zone. These collects various stories related to Phantom Zone. We have Adventure Comics 283, Superboy 89, which is actually, this is the debut of Mon-El. Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane issue 33. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 62. Adventure Comics 3, which I'm going to skip this one because I have viewed already. Let me check. I don't remember if they ever reviewed Superman. Let me check this here. I think it's open here. Let me find it here. I have to check and see about this one very first because I'm thinking, did I review this issue already? I don't know. I'm about to find out. Superboy 104, which, what I can tell, is look like the entire issue. Man Phantom Zone from Adventure Comics 336, but did not review this one yet. Superman 205, and that's it. Yeah, not a lot here. Okay, so for I know Adventure Comics, what was Superman 257? No, I actually have not reviewed this one yet. Nope. I have not reviewed 157. Don't think it's the whole issue. No, just a story from it. Superman 104, I have not reviewed this one yet. Action 336. No, I have not for that one. Superman 205. That's a no. First up we have is The Phantom Superboy. Yes. Now, where are you? There you go. Now, is this story here the entire story of this one? I don't think so. No, just the Superboy story of Adventure Comics. Yeah, it does not feature the leads because mostly the only things that I reviewed from the lead superhero stuff is for Superboy just this time with the leads in itself. Just checking some here. Issue number, oh, wait, hold on. Check a couple things here. Let's see. Okay, so the Superman Pal Jimmy Olsen issue is actually the opening story of this one. But what about the Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane issue, which is the Phantom Lois Lane? That one's also the opening story of this one. Basically, Adventure Comics 283, Superman's Girlfriend 33, and Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen. Basically, the story of this one is that we have these characters trapped in the Phantom Zone, and they have, well, get out of there. In the case of Superboy, for him, it's basically like we have a robot who basically stands in for him as Clark Kent, and Superboy's trapped in the Phantom Zone. He tries, of course, the appearance by Lana Lang, who is Superboy's love interest this period of time. So, he tries and actually gets trapped in the Phantom Zone. There's mention here about a bizarro General Zod, because he previous him into Phantom Zone in the previous issue. So, eventually, after basically he fools the robot, who doesn't do anything afterwards. It's like, they don't say what happens. I mean, of course, Pa Kent, basically Jonathan Kent Fraser's Phantom Zone. The Superboy 89, I've discussed this already because it's a debut of Mon-El, and I've discussed this already thanks to, well, stuff related to lead superheroes in their book. The Phantom Lois Lane one is basically like, it is just Lois is tied in the Phantom Zone, and this one is the opening story for this issue. Yep, the whole thing is basically you have Lana, who for some reason for Lois, like, they put, because the whole joke about the LL thing between the two of them, which is so funny. Like, they look close to this panel here. Lois and Lana, like, both have the LL on them. I'm sure the artist did this as a joke. Yes, seriously, he probably did this as a joke. Oh, by the way, the writer for the issues is quite interesting. For the two Superboy stories in this one, we have Rob Benson and George Papp on the artwork and writer, respectively. The artwork for Superman's Girlfriend Lois in 33 and Superman pal Jimmy Olsen in 62 is done by Kurt Swan, but no credit for a writer for Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane, but there is a credit for 62, which is Leo Duffman. Adventure Comics 300, that's the lead superhero story. I skip over that one. I haven't checked the other ones yet, but so this is basically Lois herself being trapped in Amazon by Lyle Lang, and it's her trying to get out. That's kind of what it is. By the end of it, she does get out. At one point, you have her briefly turning into a mermaid, actually running into Laura Lamanis, which is another one of the Superman, the whole LL joke. Laura Lamanis, Lyle Lang, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, one of his bad guys. Yeah, it's a minor gag comes to Superman. It was since he debuted. Jimmy Olsen has Elastic Lad, where he apparently, like, basically got his elastic powers. It is mostly about him briefly being sabotaging himself, but thanks to Clark pointing out, he gets the himself no problem. But skipping over the Adventures of Adventure Comics 300, because leave this shit ready. So, next to cop out will be Superman 157. Let me check and see if this one is a whole issue or it's just a. Let me check and see if this is either the whole story or it's just the opening story of the issue. It's basically Supervenge, Madison Prisoner. This is actually the opening story of this issue. Yep. Where it's Superman taking on two members, people from the Phantom Zone, Jax Orr. He's a character who he fought as Superboy, who returned in this issue. Yeah, he's one of the Kryptonian criminals, along with Nux. Yeah. Also, Supergirl's in the issue too, because why not? Yeah, eventually Superman tricked the people who got the Phantom Zone, which he does. And then Superboy, issue number, what is this one? This is 104. Let me check and see if this is the whole story or if this is just a just the opening story of this one. This is the untold story of the Phantom Zone. And this actually is the whole story. Yeah, this actually is the only one in this whole book. This is actually the first one where it actually is the entire issue. Not part of a story, the entire thing. This whole issue here the untold story of the Phantom Zone mostly put it's the debut of Grau Mall, who is just a character who just here for this one issue. And Hakor, more Kryptonian criminals. Yes. It's mostly put just kind of the way Jor-El basically witnessing a little bit of stuff here. It's basically time on Krypton with these various criminals and how they got in the Phantom Zone. That's kind of what this issue is. But it's a really good issue. And then eventually also they have a present day one where they actually deal with these criminals when they escape. And that's kind of the issue in a nutshell. And then we have a Superman issue right after this. This is from Action Comics 336. Now, is this what part of the book is this one? This actually, now okay, so The Supergirl one I have viewed already, thanks to, of course, basically, well, Supergirl in the Silver Age, so I don't have to worry about this one. So, this has the debut of more supercriminals. First appearance of Akra Vor, who later became the Kryptonian Flamebird. All name Flamebird, so we have Vaz Kor. Another, well, it's a group of kids. And kind of the way this leads into the whole thing of this one is that we have the debut in here of basically leads into this whole stuff that leads into, well, these two guys becoming Nightwing and Flamebird of the old Kryptonian stuff, Kryptonian stories. And that's kind of what this issue is. It's a really fun issue. And then we have The Man Who Destroyed Krypton. And this is from Superman 205. Now, now is this the whole issue, or this is just one story? Oh, this is actually the whole thing. And this involves, well, mostly put is basically just Superman versus this criminal is Black Zero. Who is Black Zero, you might ask? It is this monster who's kind of like a vampire. He's only here for this one issue. Yeah, Superman fights him for this one issue. And the cover tricks you to think, oh, he's going to fight Lex Luthor the issue, but not really. For some reason, the trade paperback doesn't include the cover. It just includes just the opening page here. This includes this. It does not include the cover here for some reason. But it's like the whole thing. This one is like a museum, and eventually he has to deal with a monster from Krypton because why not? There's stuff with there's stuff here with these various stuff. It's like basically playing all this Kryptonian, all the stuff related to what he's done so far, and that's kind of it here. Then we have a who's who thing of all the famous criminals. It's basically kind of in a way you could definitely describe this book as basically various stories that feature taking people from the Phantom Zone who are not General Zod, his girl, his lover, later wife, or not. That's basically what this book is. It only has one interesting factor with this one. 89 is the debut of Mon-El. And I believe the super story of this one. This book is great. Give the book a 9 out of 10. Next up is a really fun one we have is Cobra Commander! Volume 1, Determined to Rule the World. This is written by Joshua Williamson, and it's all about basically the Energy Universe, basically the backstory for Cobra Commander. There are many familiar stuff in here, so, by the way, Cobra Commander, like in the case of the original movie version of the character, where he's associated with Cobra La. That's the civilization he basically is part of. So the opening part of the issue, he shows up, deals with this one guy. By the way, he dressed in a blue coat, because another coat shows up later on, which is quite cool. And then he basically steals a car, which turns out to be what we later see as a bat tank. So then he beats up somebody, and leaves a mark, and there's symbol for Cobra there. And we go back to what he's part of Cobra Law, which is his underground civilization. And we do see, like, the whole thing, this guy working with them, and yeah, this guy eventually is Cobra Commander, and we see like him look like putting the classic helmet, and then we see her. If you see the G.I. Joe movie, she's from the movie too. I'm surprised they included her because I don't remember her name. So the leader of Cobra Law basically is like they play purpose. By the way, you have Cobra Commander wearing a similar, almost a complete outfit for his classic look he has. Yeah. Then he kills other people. Of course, he thinks he's still lower the Cobra Law. And he goes to another room. It's a vault. Where inside is freaking Megatron. You're like, wait, what the heck is Megatron doing here? And you're probably asking, okay, where are his arms? Well, we know his gun arm is it's probably in the Transformers book. Air arm, don't know. And by the way, it's revealed Megatron is actually alive. Yeah, So, because of course they built this whole thing of like the whole same universe, and once again he picks up with this other guy here who turns out somebody else, and then we debut the Dreadnoughts. By the way, he calls himself for the name of Cobra Commander. Yep. So, you know what I recognize here is probably Zartania, but we don't see Zartan. Not really. Unless this guy with the blonde hair is supposed to think he is Zartan, but I don't think he is. The Dreadnoughts basically hire mercenaries, and some basically get killed off this issue. So then eventually, of course, this is Zardania. Yeah, I know that's her. I can tell by her look. Yeah, that's definitely her. That's Zarna. That's Zartan's sister. So we have a little sub with Cobra Commander here, and this off with the cube because mentioned with the cube. Of course, he gets captured and he gets shot in the face, which basically the mask, basically the bullet grazed off his. Actually, he had to think to scrape off his mask, but his mask is now getting removed. They try to remove it, but and he gives his bleeding, so they give his blood make a smile. Like having the fun and games. Eventually, he's saved by this guy who was disguised as his bodyguard all along. Yep. So then apparently the Dreadnoughts, some of them were killed off here. Presumably, they don't really clear about that. And then apparently he saves the guy who becomes back the Mindbender. Yep. Yeah, which yeah, pretty sure I've got to build the Cobra organization here. Yeah. And he beats him. His name is Destro. Yeah, basically goes to Destro, who by the way is with, I think with Tomax, I think it is. Or he brings in, well, one of the Dreadnoughts, a message. Yep, so then we see Destro in his iconic look that he's known for. And then we have Cobra Commander in his old snake look. Yes, believe it or not, that is the old snake coat. How do I know that? Because this look popped up on an episode of Transformers, where he basically is voiced by his character, voiced by his voice actor from TV show. Except when he's old man. He also started his own town, Spring. They don't say it here, but basically he started Springfield, and Springfield in the original continuity was like this very poor town. He took over it. When he took over the town, it became a very wealthy town. So then, of course, he has Cobra Commander basically coming to the forces, and then it becomes this look here, which is more iconic for him, with the black cape, and he, of course, has the bats here, and of course the formation of Cobra. And eventually, like, they find out about the Transformer stuff, and that's it. This book is fantastic. I love this book. And yes, this book does lead into G.I. Joe. And it's only 5 issues. There's no issue 6. Just 5 issues, we're done. But this book is excellent. I give this book a 10 out of 10. The best way to describe the Cobra Law characters, the only way you would know about these characters is because they show up in the G.I. Joe movie that came out in the 1980s. G.I. Joe American Hero, the movie, which had the one part of the movie get rewritten because of the terrible reception because originally in the movie they're going to have Duke die, but because the movie was delayed because they had a production issue. So when they released Transformers movie, people were upset about Optimus Prime's death, so they rewrote Duke's death to him falling into a coma despite that he clearly died. And by the end of the movie, he comes back to life anyways. And that's where all the characters from Cobra Law showed up. And here's the weird thing. They never appeared ever again. Not in any form media. There was a sole appearance. And then Josh Williams, he must remember the movie, so why not include Cobra Law in here? And include Cobra Commander's backstory, because in most backstory, he basically is just a guy who just becomes basically the way it is. He has no connection to Cobra Law. That was the movie retcon. Which, in this version, yeah, he's Cobra Law from the very beginning. He knows that he knows his work for them. And so, it's just like basically build the establishment of his organization. Now, Destro in here is kind of interesting because they included him here. It's like his resources have built up what Cobra is. But, and with that, basically, I reviewed most of the miniseries lead into G.I. I think the one I have not reviewed yet is Scarlet, because I know I reviewed Destro, I know I reviewed Duke, and now this one. So I have one more left to go, and then I'll get a chance to review, hopefully when the trade comes out, the first trade for the Air Universe G.I. Joe, which of course basically they're building up this universe really well, and I think Josh Williams is spearheading this. Despite the fact he's also working at DC, just working on, I think he just run for Green Arrow. I heard a rumor he might be ending his run for Superman soon. I don't have confirmation about that. Yep. But that's no comic card ready to go right now. So that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and just like. But I have one more video I'm going to do tonight. Probably later on, the next episode of I'll Be a Receptionist. Okay. So see you next video. Bye.